Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Grimworks Comic Corner. It's comic talk, everything.
Pretty much.
We bring you some floppies we read this week. We try to sell you on a trade back. Then we bring you tomorrow's issues.
Yes,
and on occasions, we give you a little bit of comic news.
Just like this one. It looks like this was published on October 20th. This is from IGN, so you can check it out yourself. Marvel TV boss on postponing the release of The Punisher. The series will premiere on November 17th. This is by Alex Gilvato. Marvel TV boss Jeff Loeb. That's a comic book writer. He also did some movies like he wrote Commando and stuff.
I know the name.
You better. Alright, so Marvel TV boss Jeff Loeb has shed light on the decision to delay the release of the Netflix series The Punisher. An interview with Inverse, Loeb said that the choice to postpone The Punisher was due to the recent tragedy events in Las Vegas. This was a decision that was made specifically because it was a week after a horrible incident, he explained. Loeb then went on to emphasize that the circumstances surrounding The Punisher's delay have not resulted in the series being altered. It hasn't changed the television series. The show is not predominantly about gun violence, and in fact, it shows you the problems that occur in that world, he said. According to Loeb, delaying The Punisher was a hard decision Marvel TV had to make with Netflix. We had a very hard choice with Netflix, and our hearts still go out to the people in Las Vegas and the people around the world who still deal with the senseless violence, said Loeb. Marvel's The Punisher will debut on Netflix on November 17th. While you eagerly wait for the show's premiere, be sure to check out some photos and a poster and provide different looks at some of the main characters in this series. So yeah, that is pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. There's a lot of chaos and violence going on in the world, and Punisher is a big, vengeance guy, and he does it with weapons because he doesn't have any power. So I get it. I respect it. I mean, I'm one of those guys that's waiting for it. I'm a big Punisher fan, you guys know. This time they're focusing him on the military life. Like it's a big war journal style instead of Max style, where it was more of a street thing. I think this is anti-government, I don't know, it's weird.
It'll be interesting.
Yeah, the trailers I've seen, it's weird. The show hasn't come out. I'm waiting for it. But I understand it, and I respect Marvel for it. Tragedy happens, you gotta do something, because, when people have tragedy, they turn to these things and to try to distract themselves. You don't want to get more violence.
Exactly.
You don't. So, good for them.
Yeah.
Well, that's all the comic news we have for you today. We're going to start getting into some honorable mentions. This is just books that we read. They're good, but not enough to go into great detail or be part of the big conversation. And we're going to start with...
this is Incredible Hulk 709. It's written by Greg Peck and drawn by Greg Land. Yeah,
this is simple. Amadeus Cho is the new Hulk, and he gets taken to Planet Scar. And he realizes that Bruce Banner and the Hulk are two different things, but he has to kind of have that mentality of Smash to live in the Planet of Hulk. That's all it is.
Exactly. The whole thing with the Planet Hulk, the original one, was Hulk got smarter there, but he was a lot more brutal. That's just because of something that's in the earth. It's an okay read.
It's an okay read. It just shows that Amadeus Cho has to be more brute than smart in this one.
And our next honorable mention is Kid Lobotomy #1, written by Peter Milligan and drawn by Tess Fowler. This is just a weird comic, to be honest with you. It's one of those weird comics that I always love, but it leaves you with so many questions that I don't know where it's going. It's very good. It's very well written. The thing is, it's what you think. It's about lobotomy, but there's a special place in which all this happens, and kind of how maybe the disease is better than the cure in some cases. Really weird to say that.
It has a lot of what do you call weird art style. There's girl with roaches and stuff like that. I picked it up because we're trying to bring a whole Halloween theme for this month, and I was like, oh, it's perfect things. I thought it was gonna be zombies and stuff, but it's well written and it's just weird. It's weird good. Check it out.
So that's it for our honorable mentions. We're gonna get into our reviews. And this is actually the end of an arc that me and Tony have been super invested in. It's Justice League number 31, written by Brian Hitch and drawn by Fernando Passarin.
Yeah, we've been mentioning this. There was a lot of hype, a lot of fucking. We've been following it.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good ending, but I thought it could be better.
I think you just wanted something more.
I mean,
and it didn't give it to you. You wanted something to happen.
I wanted something to happen.
Yeah.
All right. It does give you a lot of action scenes. It's great. I mean, you have kids fighting parents. You have heroes fighting heroes. Meanwhile, the darkness keeps talking to them like a bad shadow or a bad, puppet control and stuff like that. But I didn't think they're gonna go so Disney with it. That's what I'm disappointed with.
No, it's not Disney.
All right. Spoilers, real quick. Spoilers, quick. 3, 2, 1. Spoilers. It turns out that the power of love can overcome the darkness.
Yeah, that's.
And I think of that. I think Disney's always been like.
That's not.
Is it a universal thing?
It's a universal thing. That's like a story that. That like goes with man versus man, man versus nature, those kinds of stories. Like, how they say there's only 5 real stories, and this is pretty much one of them. Like, love will conquer all, and that's the whole thing.
When there still has to be some sacrifice, you'd be surprised who ends up sacrificing themselves for the better good.
Well, I mean, we already spoiled it. Do you want to spoil that?
Nah, that one's good. You don't have to spoil that.
Nah, fair enough.
Because it could still be surprised and be like, oh, really? Why would they sacrifice themselves for everybody else?
Yeah.
But, like I said, I wanted a little bit more. I wanted to find out who the father of Wonder Woman's son was, even if he has a father. Or was he created like she was created? I wanted to find out if they go back to the future. Is it okay, or is it still in chaos?
Well, I mean, that's like the beauty part of it, though.
Yeah,
because they're like the whole thing with comics, of course, is it's all second act. We already know the origin. We already know that there cannot be a true end. So this is all second act.
Yeah, but there's
every comic is.
They even asked themselves, like, is everything gonna be okay? Are we okay?
Yeah.
I was like, you guys didn't disappear, so something has to happen. And I was like, oh man, these like not a full page of future, just like a little glimpse of them coming back to the future and seeing something, just like a little spoiler. But the thing is, I think they did it that way, and this is my opinion because of what was going on with Metal. At the end of this, you find out that the next issue of Justice League is going to be a Metal tie-in. So, like I said, it's good. The ending was like, okay. Like, it's a movie ending. But I wanted more.
That's the thing, is like, you're never going to get more.
I mean, was it 6 issues or 5 issues? 5 issues?
I think so.
5 issues of leading you to this big fight. And they give you the big fight. It wasn't long enough for my taste. It was just like, whatever, little punches here and there, but no one actually got hurt and whatever. But, it left me wanting more. That's all I'm saying.
Isn't that what a good comic does? Leave you wanting more so you can come back and...
Yeah, but that's the end of that.
No,
that's the end of that. I'm pretty sure that...
There's never that. And plus, you always know with time travel... Something always happens that's not supposed to happen. It always changes the future. So it could be a whole nother thing. They could even possibly give you a whole nother comic of those kids.
The future kids?
Yeah. It's possible.
Maybe. I could see the Lantern kids being something.
I mean, they did like... I remember when the New 52 was just starting, they had Justice League 3000, which was the Justice League like...
Oh, the future? Yeah.
In the year 3000. And just how like everything has changed. It wasn't very good... But then again, have somebody behind it maybe could have changed it.
No, we'll see. Sure. We'll see. I'm going to keep reading Justice League. I mean, so far it hasn't disappointed other than I want more. I wasn't disappointed. I just wanted more.
Yeah. Fair enough.
On to the next one. The next one, it could have been a trade back on its own. Yeah. It has 2 covers. I'm going to show you guys the first one real quick. This is, what is it called?
Lenticular covers.
Lenticular covers. It's all shiny and pretty.
Yeah,
and I actually like this one because you have... Death holding Thor.
Yeah, well, it's an old take on who is it? Marvel, Mr. Marvel, what's his name? Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel. Okay. Yeah, Captain Marvel. Back in the 80s, I believe.
The only one I've seen like this was the Deadpool one.
Well, that was a takeoff of the...
That's also, they're all takeoffs of...
They're all takeoffs of...
Yeah, because I like the Deadpool one where Death is just like... He's holding Deadpool and you just see little hearts everywhere.
Yeah.
But,
so they're all kind of a take on that. But this is another one of the covers.
Yeah, this is a whole back and forth, like a little poster thing.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's Thor number 700. It's written by Jason Aaron. And when I actually looked at the artist, it was a lot.
It looked like Marvel would be like, hey, artist meeting. Yeah, what's up? Everybody, draw something.
Yeah, it's like everybody draw a page. Like, that's what we need. But it's by Marvel's top talent. You get Dave Stewart. You get some Esad Ribic. You get everybody.
Yeah, it's a big smorgasbord.
Yeah, so it's a whole bunch of people. Now, Thor 700. It says it all. Pretty much all right there. It's the start of the death of Thor.
Oh, the Lady Thor.
Yeah.
I know it's just Thor in the book, but because our Thor.
It's the Mighty Thor as well.
Yeah, our Thor is the Odinson.
Mm-hmm. The Odinson.
The unworthy Odinson. What it is, all right, guys. I'm gonna tell you, it's like 50 pages.
Yes.
It is wordy as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
But if you guys like Thor, it gives you history and knowledge of Thor that you either knew or are gonna find out.
Yeah, and this goes back to like Jason Aaron's like his number one with Marvel now. I forgot what it was called, what that specific series was called, but it goes through with that one because in that one it was weird. That one had taken place with the present Thor. It took place with a past Thor, like a teenage Thor, and then a Thor at the end of time, and it kind of weaves all that in. And apparently, this whole thing is the death of Thor, like everywhere.
Then, like Lumire's gonna pick no one no more.
Yeah, like there
is that Lumire? The hammer. Mjolnir.
Mjolnir, I think.
Mjolnir.
You know what? All these fucking Scandinavian names. You know.
Yeah, okay. It's a hammer. I think it's Mjolnir. It's Mjorn.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting to feel that the hammer's gonna pick no one. There is gonna be no more Thor. There's not gonna be no more chosen or mighty one.
It's I don't know. It doesn't say an actual pronunciation, but Mjolnir.
Mjolnir. Oh yeah, you're probably right. I've heard it a couple ways, but then again, we live in Texas and we all have different ways of talking.
Yeah, we don't necessarily know Scandinavian or anything like that.
What I took of it is that before our Thor, the big blonde dude, the Viking, was chosen to pick up the hammer, he had troubles. He wasn't always Thor, the god of thunder. He was just Odinson.
He was a bratty kid. That's pretty much what it is he was a bratty, like teenager / like early 20s type. And he's a god, so he has all like the brattiness of being a god and all that comes with it. But the whole thing is that it goes through a different timeline. So you're seeing that Thor and dealing with something, then you're seeing the present Thor and there's an attack on the Tree of Life, and then there is the...
Which is crazy because she was going through her chemo.
Well, that's the thing. Like, there's the unworthy Thor, the Thor that we usually know, and the Tree of Life is being burned and destroyed. The female Thor is on her way to get chemo, and it turns into a fight with She-Hulk, and no one knows why. It's just kind of one of those weird things. Of course, Loki.
Well, actually, this coming up week, there's gonna be a She-Hulk where she's dying too.
Huh.
And they're gonna tie it to this one. What's her name?
Why are they killing all the female characters?
What is her name? Hulk's cousin.
Jennifer something. It's not Banner.
Jennifer something. You're right.
Jennifer Walters.
You know how she could have been Hulk and she had full control? Well, she lost that. And she was able to switch between what I think her human form and her Hulk form.
Yeah.
So
well, apparently she doesn't have control of it.
Yeah, that's what happened. Yeah. She lost control. And I saw one of the preview comics. I don't know which comic it was. Yeah. It looks like they're gonna cut her off.
That's kind of fucked up that they're killing off two
and I think they're tying it to this.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not like a big Jane Foster fan because I don't know Thor that much. Like I don't know that particular Thor history there. But I do know Jennifer Walters, She-Hulk. She's probably like my favorite Hulk, to be honest with you. And they're killing her off, and I don't know why.
She's always been her.
Exactly.
She's never been like She-Hulk or the girl. It's always been one identity. Exactly. Yeah, so she is the better Hulk.
And the whole thing is, this is kicking off like the whole thing of like, this isn't just Jane Foster's death. This is Thor's death. So any Thor is gonna die, is what they're saying. Really.
Yeah, because they even brought back War Thor.
Yeah, War Thor.
Which I like it because he was the fat dude. I'm so bad with names.
I don't think it's Hemdell. I think Hemdell's the one that watches the Rainbow Road. I'm not too sure though.
We were talking about the big Viking with the red hair. And, all right. So he gets the hammer from a dying universe.
Yeah.
And it turns out it makes him War Thor, and he come down. He's a fucking battle. He's all metal.
Yeah.
But
there's not much to say. You just have to read it.
Yeah, it's a big history book of Thor. It's 50 pages of the gods and the history of Thor and what's going to continue.
Yeah.
So pick it up, guys. You know you guys like all this god stuff.
Yep. And next up is a long title, so Sherlock Frankenstein, the Legion of Evil. And it is written by Jeff Lemire and drawn by David Rubin.
I hope you guys by this time have read Black Hammer.
Black Hammer is awesome.
Black Hammer is really good. It's gritty. It's really good. We'll probably cover it in a trade bag.
We'll probably cover it.
I have it in singles, but I'll get the trade bag just for you guys. It's that good. Mm-hmm. But this is a spin-off of it.
Yes. The whole thing is, there is an event in Black Hammer, and I guess spoilers, because there's no real way we can talk about this without it. So 3, 2, 1, spoilers. What happens is there is an event that causes all the superheroes to go away.
Yep.
I don't remember exactly what they call it. They had a specific name for it. I can't remember at the time. But the whole thing is the daughter of Black Hammer is trying to find her dad, which is Black Hammer.
Her dad and the Golden Heroes, which is everybody that is in the Black Hammer.
Exactly. Yeah. So maybe even if you read this, you don't necessarily need to read Black Hammer, but it does help you.
No, because it explains it. It explains that her dad and a group of heroes fought something called the Anti-God.
Yes.
And they won, but in the way they won, they disappeared. Yeah. Everybody thinks they're dead. But she's like, no, my dad ain't dead.
Yeah, and the whole thing is she's trying to backtrack things. The whole thing is they don't really necessarily have heroes anymore, but she's trying to start off with the premier villain, which is supposed to be Sherlock Frankenstein. So there's a mystery and why she can't find him just yet. Yup. But it's gonna continue, and honestly, it's a really good time.
It's cool because you get deeper into the world of Black Hammer. You start seeing different villains and how they're connected and how everybody's connected. Yeah, it's good. It reads like a detective book because it's a girl trying to investigate, trying to see the death. But it has monsters and super villains, so it's fucking cool.
Yeah, it even has a big ass kid robot.
That was a weird one too. I was like, oh, okay, they went there.
That was really cool. I like that a lot. But pick it up, guys. It is really good. But next up, we have Superman number 33. It is written by Peter Tomasi and Patrick Gleason, and drawn by Doug Mahnke.
All right, guys. This was almost my pick of the week. I was deep in it. I was like, oh, more. All right, guys. We've been covering a lot of the God stuff in DC, and I don't really know what the fuck is going on. No. Like, if you're reading all the books and you try to put it together in your head like I was, you're like, what the fuck?
Like, nothing's in continuity.
Yeah, because in one book, in the Green Lantern stuff we covered, Highfather died. Yeah. Right? And then, and the Mr. Miracle.
If Mr. Miracle, Highfather's dead.
Right, and the Green Lanterns, the Lanterns saved the Highfather.
They saved Highfather, and Orion had a fake heart for a while.
And then in the Justice and the metal stuff, you see baby Darkseid.
Exactly.
All right, and then this fucking comic, Darkseid's dead. Yeah. And you're like, what the fuck? And I was like, okay, so they need someone to sit on the throne of Darkseid.
Yes, always and forever, Darkseid.
And they're gonna choose a turn good Lex.
Yes, that's the whole thing.
That's the whole book. It's not a spoiler. It's a whole thing. They're choosing. Lex Luthor decided to start wearing the Superman mantle. He has an S on his chest. Yes. He's trying to be a superhero. Right? Clark Kent. Trying. Yeah, because Clark Kent doesn't really dude, come on, are you really gonna try to be good after all the
there's some really interesting dialogue where Superman is like, sure, you can help me, but I'm not fully gonna trust you. But I do have a family, so now that you're pretty much helping me, I can spend time with that family.
Which it reverses it because someone comes and takes Lex Luthor because they want him to sit on the throne of Darkseid, and he's asking for help. And the best thing is Superman's like, no.
Yeah, I'm not gonna help you. And then
he's like, you dug yourself into something, dig yourself out. I was like, damn, that's cold-blooded for being Superman. But then you start thinking of all the shit he's done.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, all right, Lex, come on.
Everything that Lex has put him through, like, fuck that.
But Lex Luthor's smart, and he knew Superman was going to say no.
Yeah.
So he put a plan. And that's what the comic is. It's Lex Luthor's plan to get Superman to help him and getting kidnapped by the dudes from Apocalypse. It's good. I want to read the next one. Because Lex Luthor sitting on the throne of Apocalypse, it's actually going to be really interesting.
Well, that's the whole thing.
Because I don't see Lex Luthor as a brute. But intelligence?
But here's the thing, is that there's promotional artwork for this. It's supposed to be a 4-part series, so it's going to be 4 issues. The whole thing is, the promotional art is Superman on the throne.
I want to see what happens.
So, honestly, Peter Tomasi, I recently, and this is going a little off topic, but I think it pertains to this, is the Superman tradebacks for Peter Tomasi. If you haven't read those, they are some of the best comics. I'm not even saying Superman. I'm saying
him as a writer.
I'm saying comics. This is exactly what you do for a Superman story, and there's different notes every time. He's hitting all the different notes. He's hitting you in the fucking feel so much, and then he hits you in the like, Superman's super intelligent. No one focuses on how intelligent he actually is.
Was Peter Tomasi the dude who was writing Aquaman after Jeff Johns stopped?
No, I believe that was still Dan Abnett. Yeah.
No. Am I thinking Batman?
Yeah, Peter Tomasi was writing.
Cause I've heard that name before.
He wrote a lot of Green Lantern Corps. He wrote.
That's what I'm thinking of.
Batman and Robin. So he's written a whole bunch of stuff.
It's been like hit and miss with him, but
for me, it's all hit. Like for me, honestly, he's one of the best writers, and he should get a bigger spotlight than he already has. Peter Tomasi, if you see this, thank you. You've written some of the best Superman comics.
You made a family today. As long as you don't fuck up Darkseid's world or whatever. If you make Superman Darkseid, that's gonna be fucking awesome.
Well, that's not gonna happen, But
I want to see him. I want to see him go to the show.
Exactly. I want to see that.
They always say power is tempting. Sitting on a throne, that's power. Especially the Superman that they've been writing, where he doesn't really know where he is. He wants to be a full-time parent and shit like that.
Yeah, he's just struggling.
And the thing is, his family's involved.
Yes.
So that puts an extra factor. When your family's involved, there's certain things you would do that you wouldn't regularly do.
Yeah.
So, and that's the thing. It's amazing how they did it. They're scattered.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be good. I want to see it. I want to see the trials. I want to see the road of maybe I can be.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. I'm pretty sure they're not gonna give me Darkseid Superman, but if that becomes like an event or something, that'd be fucking cool.
I'm just saying, Peter Tomasi, thank you.
Yeah, it's good. It's good, guys.
But that is it for our regular reviews. Now we're going into our picks of the week. First up is my pick of the week. It is Batman the Drowned #1, written by Dan Abnett and drawn by Philip Tan and Tyler Kirkham. It has little things that I like. Him being Bryce Wayne, or her being Bryce Wayne instead of Bruce Wayne.
They gender blend Aquaman and Batman.
Yeah, and then instead of it being Selena Kyle, it's like Sylvester
Kyle.
Sylvester Kyle or Sylvester Kane, something like that.
It's still in the same initials.
Yeah, exactly. Just little things like that always that always does a lot for me for some reason. I don't know why, but it always does. But it really does like flesh out her world specifically. You know how Atlantis was pretty much going to attack, and he's like, "I'm not gonna let." She wasn't gonna let it happen on her watch. Of course, like any Batman, and she does something that Batman has always contemplated but never really done, is really inject himself with a different type of DNA to change him completely.
If you guys are a fan of Batman Beyond, that was a big thing, one of the arcs when they fucking inject themselves meta stuff to fucking make themselves superhuman.
Yeah. So this one honestly was just cool just to see that world, and then how she takes over Amnesty Bay, which is
That's
Arthur Curry's hometown.
Yep.
Aquaman's hometown. So it's crazy. Honestly, I really do like this comic so much.
It was alright.
Mm-hmm.
Of all the possibilities, because of course they have to give you a woman in this Batman thing.
No, they don't have to.
They have to, man. They have to. Every lineup has to have at least one girl, so the girl could be like, "Yeah, they got our side."
You sound real sexist.
It's not even sexist. It's a thing. It's a reality that when you have a lineup of or a group, there at least has to be one girl.
But that's the thing is, like, they don't have to do that.
They have to, man. Or not, they're gonna be like, "Really, dude? You couldn't write a girl in there?"
Yeah, because they can. The whole thing is like they can just write any girl any way they want. They don't necessarily have to make her an Aquaman. Like they.
Oh yeah. Okay. See, that's the thing. Of all the possibilities that I thought of Aquaman, I thought it was Mara. I never thought of gender bend.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that there has to be. There's always been a universe where there's a gender bend. There's been many toys and shit like that.
Yeah.
Never did I sit down and think, maybe it's girl Batman and girl Aquaman. I thought that this is what I was thinking coming into this, that he killed Aquaman and took over Mara's body. But it wasn't like that.
No, it started off as its own thing.
But if they're gonna give you a girl version of these Dark Knights, Aquaman seems more fitting. Because when you think of Aquaman, you think of Mara. It's a big whole love thing. Like when you think Batman, the only closest thing is you think Batgirl. I don't think she's big enough to carry. When you think Superman, you think Supergirl. Again, not big enough to carry their counterparts. So when you think of Aquaman, Mara's actually as strong as Aquaman. I think even stronger because she has the whole power of magic and shit.
Depends.
Yeah, well, that's the way I see it. That's the way I see it. Like Cyborg has no female counterpart that I could like pop up in my head.
His daughter from the future.
Justice League. If you think Flash has no female speedster that is at his level.
Jesse Quick.
There is, but not at his level. Not
Quick.
Not as like mainstream as him.
Jesse Quick.
Not every Flash person's gonna know who Jesse Quick is. All right, but I see it. I see why they chose Aquaman, because there's a girl in the mainstream they could tie into it. But I didn't see it this way. It's good though. It is good.
Sound real sexist. You heard it here, folks.
Right? And I'm hearing myself be like, "Damn, Tony, you're really showing your southern charm."
Yeah.
But I mean, I get it.
I get it. I know what
I get it. Every group has to have a girl. I possibly think that gender bend was gonna be a thing, and it was, and it was really, really good.
Yeah.
It was good. It was good. Just not the way I saw it in my head coming out.
Fair enough.
Alright, and it's time for my pick of the week.
Alright, so Tony's pick of the week is Maestro's #1. It's written by Steve Skrock and drawn by Dave Stewart.
Yeah. Alright, guys. This one got me off surprise because I was ready to pick something else, right? But then this was one of the last comics I read. It's fucking fantastic. It's a world of magic, and it's almost religious the way they talk about how the earth is created, which is fantastic. And then you have, again, half earthling, half high mighty, and what he does when he finally gets to power. And it's not going to be a spoilers. What happens is there's a great wizard. Think of him like Shazam, but a little bit stronger because he supposedly created everything.
No.
There was like a darkness and he wrote himself out.
He didn't do it. He's part of that lineage.
Okay, the bloodline.
Yes.
The bloodline, because that started with the Great Wizard. All right, bloodline. The main dude's dad was the highest of the bloodline. He had brothers and shit, and a big evil comes and takes them all.
Yeah, there's basically a court, a kingdom court, and they're all slaughtered.
Think of Mount Olympus and the gods. They're all just chilling, right? And say someone comes out and squashes every single god.
Yeah.
And then, of course, on Earth, you're going to have like a Hercules. This is something like that. All right.
Yeah,
they squash the whole bloodline.
Yes, and it goes to Earth to find a replacement, basically. The only thing is, don't show this to your kids if you have.
Oh yeah! All right, guys, we're having a conversation.
Yes.
We covered Image Comics before. We've read Image Comics before. I can't remember. I know the violence.
Yes.
But I can't remember the sexual content. All right, that caught me by surprise. I was like, it got me so surprised. I closed the book and I read the fucking. I thought it was like something that coming out of like Boom or Dynamite. I was like, Image has never done this.
No,
I've read Invincible and it's gory as fuck. Yeah. I'm okay with gore. Sexual content is like,
and like I was telling him, like there is sexual content in these books. I mean, there's literally a book called Sex Criminal where.
See, but that's my negligence. I thought Sex Criminal was Dynamite. The guys who do
The Boys and stuff.
The Boys and that girl one where it's really messed up.
Yeah.
Right. I thought they all kind of. I just myself put them in the pile.
Yeah.
And yeah, it has to do with sex and greediness and them seeing stuff and suddenly Dynamite, boom.
Yeah.
Image was strong written stories. Gory, like you have your spawns and shit like that, and your Invisibles where they're punching the guts and shit. But I don't really tie it to sexual content.
Yeah, but I mean that's the thing is there is sexual content in this.
There is, but it's not like oh man, a whole bunch. But it's funny enough to be like oh
yeah, it's funny and the whole thing is like even like the gore like is somewhat cartoonish. Not saying that it's not like violent as fuck. It's just that there's certain things where you're just like, haha, that's funny.
The art's good though.
Oh, the art's great. It's like, Dave Stewart. I've seen him draw stories for Grant Morrison, for Peter Milligan.
I'm just gonna give you guys one image. All right, the big bad is squashing someone's head, and nothing, just fucking squash his skull. You see like the bones kind of separate, and there's gushy parts everywhere, and he's like half-eyed. It's like that. It's really good. It's revolved around magic, and it explains why there's no magic in Earth, which is really good. I really thought so. And you have someone that has been exiled, that they want to come back and save the world of magic, and he's like, but I wasn't even allowed here. Yeah. Why should I kind of save it? Why should I be my father's son when my father's son be like you're not wanted here?
Yeah, that's the whole thing is like his mother, because she gave birth to him, she had sex with like the highest magus that they have. The whole thing there is that she just wants to protect her son, but in doing so she kind of left big chunks out of his life, and now he has to go back to this world that he barely knows and try to save it.
Yep.
So
and see command of something he doesn't have control over.
Yeah. So it is good, and as soon as I read it, I knew Tony was gonna love it.
Yeah, I like magic.
He loves magic, and I know his taste by now. So it was really easy to be like, okay, that's his pick of the week. I know it from the very beginning, and it wasn't my pick of the week just because there's just some things where I was just like, okay, that's cool, but
I don't know to win you over.
I'm not excited to read the second issue. I'm just kind of like, okay, I'll read the second issue.
I want to see what he does with the power now.
Yeah, exactly. I will openly read the second issue. I'm just not super excited. That's all.
Yeah, but it's good, guys. Magic, a little bit of revenge, big bad. It has what do you do when you get power, and what do you do when you hate your parents and yet you have to be their son. So. Read it, guys. It's good. That's gonna be it for the floppies this week. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna try to sell you on this trade back and why you should read it and why it's good.
Yep. So it is Memphis Destiny. It is written by Chris Dingus. It's a funny name. And drawn by Matthew Roberts. Okay, ladies and gentlemen.
I know we talked about this a little bit before.
I have mentioned it, and I remembered that I actually had it. And since this is part of our Spooktoberfest, we thought I thought I would bring it in.
Yeah, it's good. It has a little bit of everything.
Yeah, it's sort of like a different take on history. It starts off with Lois and Clark. You know the Manifest Destiny. If you don't know, God said that we should take over the West, basically, and Lois and Clark are there to kind of catalog what they see.
Yeah, they were the guys going on a journey to the West.
Exactly. So,
but people forget that before man kind of took over the land, there was something else.
Exactly.
And you always hear these animals. You hear the centaur. You hear the beast, and you hear it's like, where's the magic in America?
Yeah.
And what happened to it? Turns out people saw it. And his name was Lewis and Clark.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, it starts off with some journaling kind of things, how they set sail kind of things, and then it becomes where they find and kill a centaur.
That's centaur shit.
Yeah, it's a centaur. So from there, they get attacked by this whole tribe, and they have to take solace in this kind of abandoned town. And they think it's abandoned, except there is a bio
guardian. I would call it a guardian, like a plant guardian.
Yeah. The whole thing is, eventually, it turns out that the flora is sort of like contagious and disease-ridden, and it basically takes over bodies. Like.
Yeah, it's like a body snatcher style. What was that movie from? I think M. Night.
Oh, M. Night The Happening, I think is what it's
called. The spray the little whatever.
Yeah. Like the plants, like
the mist.
Sonically. No, I think the mist is something else. But I think it actually was The Happening.
I think it was. It has Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah.
But the plant kind of, you find out it's in the pollen.
Yeah.
Right? It's something like that.
And the whole thing with this is, basically they're zombies. They're plant zombies.
Which they deserve, because there's a lot of fucking dicks in this book.
Yes.
Other than Lois Clark, they're cool.
I mean,
they die.
Sexual content. Dicks is dicks. You know what I mean? But the whole thing is, it's really cool. The art is fucking fantastic. I love the art.
The art reminds me so much of Swamp Thing.
Yes.
Like the good Swamp Thing and like a bit of Animal Man. Mm-hmm. It's just that the way they draw the green. This is what I thought when I was reading this. I was like, oh, it's the green when it meets the rot. And I was like, oh, that's fucking fantastic.
Yeah, it's awesome. There's this really cool scene that you'll see. There's a guy that gets infected somehow, although it slowly takes over you.
Yeah.
He does something against the law that they have established in their little traveling posse, and they whip him. And when they whip him, the wounds start opening, and it's nothing but like the flora, like the green flora, like under that, and it just looks so fucking awesome.
It's like the skin's like an exoskeleton like thing where you can layer it off, and underneath is the people green.
And it just looks so fucking cool. To be honest with you, like, this book is well written.
It is.
I want to read the rest of it. I've only gotten this first trade back. I don't know why. Probably just because there was a certain time where I didn't read comic books, and this was one of the last one. But honestly, I'm gonna go back because I reread it and I just forgot why I liked it so much.
It's good. It's a journey mystery book. It's a monster book.
Yes. It's
a little bit of history. You guys like Lois Clark. It's a little different take, and it makes you think. It makes you think that what was there before we got to it.
Exactly.
There's a lot of nature out there. I mean, there's still a lot of nature. And like, if you're like a guy like me that believes that there is magic out there, there are certain places you don't cross, you don't go to for a reason. And there's certain tribes and stuff that are destined and chosen to be guardians of the mystic stuff. So there's some places you don't cross. It's good.
I don't believe it, but that doesn't mean it's not a good comic.
Oh, it's not. Hey, the Lisa side, it's a good read. And the art is beautiful. I suggest you guys pick it up. You guys will get consumed by it. You'll be suddenly be like, okay, I'm gonna get the next trade back.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting the next trade back soon.
So I suggest it, buy it, get it. And we're gonna get right now. That's gonna be it for the review. That's gonna be it for trying to sell you on the trade back. What we do now is he's gonna read what's coming out for tomorrow's, so you guys can know what to pick up. He's gonna go straight down the list for the big two, and then of course he has a selective few for the indies.
Yes.
These are the stuff he picks up that are either popular, good, or should read, because everybody writes indies. Everybody does. So what we do is take the big list, shrink it out, throw it out to you guys. All right, Roman, get to it.
All right. So first up for Marvel for tomorrow is gonna be all new Wolverine number 26, Amazing Spider-Man 790, America number 8, Ben Reilly Scarlet Spider number 9, Black Panther 166, Daredevil number 28, Despicable Deadpool 288. Guardians of the Galaxy Telltale Series number 4, Jean Grey number 8, Mighty Captain Marvel 125, Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur number 24, Punisher number 17, Punisher Platoon number 2, Silver Surfer number 14, Star Wars Jedi Republic, Mace Windu number 3, Thanos number 12, Thor Where Walk the Frost Giants number 1, US Avengers number 11, or Us Avengers, I think it's US Avengers though. Weapon X number 10, and X-Men Blue number 14. So, not too much for Marvel, to be honest with you.
It's a big list, but yeah, not too much you want to, you know.
I mean, I know for sure you want to read the all-new Wolverine.
Oh, that's right, the continue of the brother bond and sister.
I just want to read Punisher, and that's pretty much it for me. But that's just me. Alright, so moving on to DC, it is Action Comics 990. This is Oz Effects Part 4, so we'll be most likely picking that up. Batgirl number 16, Batman Beyond number 13, Batman the Merciless number 1, which is supposed to be a Wonder Woman type. Blue Beetle number 14, DC House of Horror number 1. I am in.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah, I'll definitely pick that up.
Halloween special.
Detective Comics 967. I think that's... Is that? Yeah, that's a typo. It is Injustice 2 number 1, or E-League Justice number... What? That's weird. I'll get back to that one. Flash number 33, Gotham City Garage number 2, Hal Jordan the Green Lanterns number 31, Hellblazer number 15, Justice League of America number 17, Commandy Challenge number 10, Mother Panic number 12, Nightwing the New Order number 3, Rough and Ready Show number 1, Suicide Squad number 28, Teen Titans number 13, and Wonder Woman 33 to round out DC.
Alright, a couple good ones.
Yeah, and indies. Now this one, I added a few of them more than I usually would, just because I think I've been short shrifting you a few weeks now. So, for our indies, it is Ash vs. Army of Darkness number 4, Back to the Future number 24, Big Trouble in Little China Old Man Jack number 2, BPRD Devil You Know number 3, Deadly Class number 31, Gasolina number 2, Ghostbusters Answer the Call number 1, Goosebumps Monsters at Midnight number 1, Jughead the Hunger number 1, Outcast number 31, Rick and Morty number 31, Saga number 48, Samurai Jack Quantum Jack number 2, Southern Cross number 13, Spawn 279, Steven Universe number 9, Street Fighter vs. Darkstalkers number 6, Violent Love number 9, and WWE 10.
Ooh, I think Spawn, the 279 is the start of a new arc.
Is it now?
I think so. If I believe, I remember, because I wanted to pick up the last one, they created a new bag or something. I think it was going to be a start of a new arc.
You are wrong.
Am I wrong?
Yes, it is Dark Horror Part 4.
Oh, damn it.
So it might be the next one. It's a brand new one.
Yeah, I followed Tom McFarlane. He's like, something's coming up Spawn. You might want to start picking it up again. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. This is Dark 4. The battle for Japan continues to lead to the evolution of a new superhero in the Spawn mythos.
You see, okay, he is creating a new superhero, but he hasn't created it yet. Alright, he was talking about it. Okay.
Yeah, so it might be next issue.
Alright, guys, you gotta pick up them comics. You heard the list, you know what you like. You could always tell us what you like right here. Let's be part of your conversation. You could always follow us on our social media. We have the Twitter, we have Instagram, we have Facebook. It's all Grimworks. You usually see us, and not you see our emblem, which is a crossbones with a clover on the eyes. You get to subscribe to YouTube, leave a comment, tell us what you're reading, tell us what you're picking up, tell us a trade bag you want us to read, so we can bring it out to the rest of the people. Yep. Right? But when you're not reading comics, you know what I do? I play some video games. So what about you, Roman? Yeah, I've been playing a lot of Marvel's Capcom right now, because once you get to a fighting game, you kind of stick with it. And there's albums. I know you've been big on Paragon and Destiny 2.
I've been so big on Paragon, it's not even funny. And you know what? Like, Paragon, there's so much stress that's involved because you have to keep track of so many things. It's one of those super nerd games, and my hands get sweaty. So, you know, my hands get sweaty, but I can keep a hand on my control. I'm not that sweaty, but my thumbs, my fingertips, they get sweaty as hell. So I need those thumb grips. I need those. And like I said, I always keep plugging it because it is my favorite product from them. It's the Pro/Glow mystery box. They give you 4 pairs, and you're all gonna get good colors. You're gonna get your glows. You're gonna get some pros, 2 of each. And the way you can get that is by going to fadegrips.store and use our promotional code for 20% off. It is Grimworks, capital GRIMMWORKS. And again, that's 20% off.
Yeah.
Like my mystery box, that's $10. Get a little bit off of that. Get a little bit off of shipping, and you're golden, baby.
Helps them, helps us. I mean, come on, guys. But there's more they offer. You want to customize your controller so you can get a good grip. They sell something we call controller condoms. It's a full like latex cover for your controller where it makes it non-slip. Of course, they have variety of thumb grips, not just of the mystery grips. They have stickers, they have shirts, and you actually could join their sponsorship program if you want to do this. Go ahead, but you know, always visit fadegrips.store. Tell them Grimworks send you, save yourself 20% discount, and tell us if you do like. Hey, leave in the comments.
Leave it in the comments, yeah.
But that's gonna be it for this show, guys.
Yeah, and if you don't necessarily use YouTube for comments, or if you want to comment on one of our past episodes, you can go ahead and send us an email at citypod88@gmail.com, and in the title just put comics.
Yeah, we will be like, what's the real? This is for comics. Like I said, man, it's gonna be the end of it. Like always, thank you for watching. We'll see you next week.
Later, guys.